The next couple of years, the governments are just going to continue to try to screw this up. You know, I mean, like I said, they want their buddies in the pharmaceutical industry to control it, you know, and they don't want to see the people set free. And really what they're so afraid of is, you know, when the people actually know the whole truth about what's been done to them, they won't put any trust in these political parties again, because, you know, political parties just breed corruption. So it doesn't matter which party gets in, you know, they're still controlled by these mega rich people who stand in the background. So they're not working for the people. So I mean, human race has every reason to be very angry about what's taking place here, because you take over, you know, it's been over 90 years now since they outlawed the medicinal use of this plant in Canada. Then you look at all the laws that were put in place in other countries, and you think, how many millions of people, or actually even billions of people, have suffered and died simply because that medicine wasn't available? I mean, we're talking about big numbers here. Every family, we've all had family members that we've lost to diseases that this oil could have healed. Who's responsible for this? You know, our governments are supposed to be there to represent us properly. They're supposed to put laws in place that make sense, that are based, you know, in facts, not fiction. Look what they did in the case of cannabis. You know, so like I said, the public have every reason to be angry.
Intriguing answers started appearing in the early 90s when researchers pinpointed receptors in the brain and the body that bind with the cannabinoids. Receptors can be described as locks on the surface of a cell, and when the correct key binds with the correct lock or receptor, it opens the door and delivers messages. Sometimes the message is that the body is feeling pain. Other times the message may be that there's an invader and the immune system must attack.
Scientists located two receptors, cannabinoid receptors, one called the CB1 receptor, mainly in the brain, and the other is the CB2 receptor, which is mainly in cells of the immune system.
The CB1 receptors are extremely abundant in the brain, but they're also found all over the body in the major organs, the heart, the liver, kidneys, and pancreas. As the CB2 receptor can act like a target for the cannabinoids. Once they bind with the receptor, they can tell the cancer cell to die.
So basically telling the cells basically to commit suicide, and that's what they do. And we demonstrated that that would be the mechanism by which the cannabinoids can kill the cancer, and therefore it can be used effectively as an anti-cancer agent.
Dr. Nagar-Katti and his researchers were able to eradicate almost 100% of the cancer in test tubes. But they were skeptical they would see similar results when they moved on to tumors in mice.
To our surprise, we found that almost 25 to 30% of the mice completely rejected the tumor. They were completely cured. And in addition, we found that the remaining mice also, there was a significant reduction in the volume or the size of the tumors as well.
The lab results have been so promising that Dr. Nagar-Katti is beginning clinical trials with leukemia patients.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jordan Tischler from Inhale MD Medical Consulting. I'm a medical cannabis specialist, and I'm here to help you improve your quality of life through the use of medical cannabis. Probably the most frequent question that I get asked is, how do you dose medical marijuana? And I think that's a very good question because there isn't a simple answer just yet. And really it comes down to trying to measure what's in the marijuana or the marijuana derivative, or trying it out and seeing what works for you. And at the moment, I think we're really trying it out and seeing what works for you. It's very clear that measurement of these agents is in the works. Many laboratories around the state are working hard to figure out how to measure the active ingredients and prepare a label that will be meaning to you as a customer, so that you'll be able to repeat this whenever you need it. So you have to remember there are over 80 different cannabinoids in marijuana, and several other unrelated compounds that are also immunologically and neurologically effective. So figuring out how to measure these in a meaningful manner to you, the consumer, is a work in progress.